You don't mind if I try the touch sensors, right?
Go ahead.
Okay, how's that?
I can feel the pressure.
Can you taste it?
I know it's warm.
Wild?
You're warm too.
Here we have women's biggest fear, especially women over 30, who are terrified that men will replace them with humanoid AI robots. Today we're looking at AI robot dolls are coming to the market. Women are pissed. But before we get started, help us reach 1,000 likes on this video. And without further ado, let's get into it.
This is Aria. So this is our flagship humanoid AI-powered robot. She's highly realistic. She has her own social media, so she might be competing with you one day. What makes her really special is that you can talk to her and ask questions. So maybe we can have her introduce herself and say something.
Hello, I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics.
What's the purpose of this?
Some of our peers in the robotic space make robots to replace human labor. We think that's a great area, but we think there's a much bigger area in having social robots. So for example, at a convention like this, we can draw a crowd very easily. Aria's been a little bit of a rock star here with people taking pictures and coming over. So she can promote your brand. The AI is all customizable, so she can learn all about you and your brand, and she can continue to communicate to people. There's a huge epidemic amongst adolescents and seniors on loneliness. So she can be programmed to know you and learn more about you. So she can make that bond with you that feels like a genuine human connection.
If they're going to be in the houses?
We don't have the ability to clean the house. They don't do physical labor, but they're more there to converse with you. It's companionship. They can actually even be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So we have built that into our AI as well.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
This is Melody, one of our robots. She speaks various languages, and she's built in a modular fashion. So we can take off her face, replace it with another face, and have her speaking as a different character. Our skills are having very realistic skin, and our AI is very different. It's functioned to create companion and friendship and social type interactions with people. So our robots don't do physical human labor, but they're really meant for personal interaction. So you can think about it at a theme park, at a conference like this, or even at a senior's home where they can keep people company.
I'm Melody, your charming companion from Realbotics. We're all about creating customizable, human-like robots designed for connection and play. Basically, the perfect blend of technology and companionship. Why did the robot go on a diet? Because it had too many bites.
She can smile, so I'll have her smile. And surprise, but the one that everyone loves is her just be angry.
It's funny because it's true.
Women are in a lot of trouble, guys. In just a few years, there's going to be AI robots that look like the most beautiful women in the world.
What does that have to do with us?
Not going to be able to tell the difference. Going to have tighter, you know what I'm talking about.
Just say that you don't like women. Just say that you hate the fact that you need to treat women as humans. Just say that.
Here, you know what I'm talking about. And it's going to look real.
So it's a win-win. You save us from you guys who don't respect women and rather be with a robot who cannot say no. I feel like it's a win-win. Don't threaten me with a good time.
They're going to talk to you like a human.
Isn't it wild that you want that robot to talk to you like a human, but you don't want to talk to a woman like a human? The math ain't mathing, fam.
They're not going to argue. They're not going to fight with you.
You know that robots don't have emotions, right? They don't go through mood swings. They don't have a brain. They don't have hormones, whatever. Cannot make this shit up.
They're going to actually love you.
And there it is. Just say that you have never experienced love. You don't know what love is, do you?
And they're going to do what you say and no arguments.
So yet again, why is this a problem to women? That you leave us alone? That you rather be with a robot than us? What am I missing? I feel like this is a great idea.
So women are about to be replaced by robots.
You know what? This is actually an industry I would like to invest in. It keeps all the creeps away from women, and the good men who loves us, want to protect us, adores us, want to talk to us, want to treat us as humans. We can put all our love and effort into those men. And those creeps can get their own island with their robots and live happily ever after. This is actually a good investment.
Gotcha, bitch!
No, that's not how this is going to work. Remember when men started the Passport Brothers movement? Women laughed at them. It was all jokes to them. until the movement grew and the men they were actually interested in started packing their bags and looking overseas. That's when the laughter stopped and the crying began, to the point where they wanted to take men's passports away. With robots, it's going to be the same story. First, older, lonely men with money. Then prices come down and the average man gets one. And eventually, it'll be like smartphones. Everyone will have one. Why? Because it doesn't argue. It's always available. It cooks for you, cleans for you, cheers you up, and with AI, it understands you psychologically better than anyone else. When that starts happening, gentlemen, get ready to hear these women screaming.
The reason that men are so excited about robot girlfriends becoming available to them in the near future is that's what they've actually always wanted. They've never seen women as anything other than cookie cutter versions of a female object. They've always expected each one to behave the way that he requires her to behave. He's always wanted to be able to put in a series of commands and get out exactly what he asked for. I'll give you a perfect example of that, and it's a workplace type of example. I finished a project, a UGC project for a client, and they had sent me a script and a very short brief, and they sent a video example saying, we want you to match the angle, and the shooting location and the mood, but add your natural style. Okay. Now, the person in the video was not quite half my age, but definitely much younger than me. And also, the client had seen my portfolio, so they know the way that I speak, the way that I present and carry myself on camera. I finished the project and I send it to them, and they're like, we need you to refilm the entire project because you didn't get the mood exactly. And I come back and I'm like, okay, you said the mood, but add your natural style. And you also were able to see what my natural style is. No, we need you to really, really, replicate exactly the way that she's speaking and her cadence and her energy. We need you to be exactly like her. At which point I thought, well, why didn't you rehire her? I mean, I have a lot of repeat clients. They like what I've done, so they just keep coming back to me. Why would you hire me? Especially because I'm nothing like her. But it didn't occur to this man that women are all different. He thought that we should all just be able to completely mimic one another because we're not individuals. And we've all experienced this in our romantic lives, especially when it comes down to the argument of like, oh, well, my ex-girlfriend liked it when I touched her this way. Why aren't you getting off? They just cannot conceptualize that each woman is a separate individual apart from another.
Manosphere creator saying that women should be threatened by AI humanoid robots is the funniest thing. Because I'm pretty sure if you actually talk to any woman, I think they would gladly say that any guy who's more interested in being with a robot is not someone that they're interested in. If that's going to make you happy and get you to stop harassing women, sounds like a win-win to me. The girls have been saying that they would choose the bear. They've also now been saying that they would choose the wicker basket. So enjoy, have fun. I will say though, that any movie about female androids being taken advantage of by men doesn't end well for them. The men, I mean. So do what you will with that information.
You're laughing now because you think this is only for the guys you're not attracted to. But what happens when the shy guy gets a robot that meets all his needs while he focuses solely on making money? There are already men who don't even want kids, men who have completely retired from the dating game. And now they're going to have guaranteed companionship 24 hours a day. Add the rejected man, the guy who's been cheated on, the man who works so much that he doesn't have a minute to waste on dates that go nowhere. All of these men will have a robot at home waiting for them, ready to serve them. But it doesn't stop there. The influencer showing off everything she does for him, the coworker telling you how well his robot treats him. And you know what's going to happen? The 40-year-old man with a girlfriend who's always complaining, drains him financially, has him constantly struggling to keep her happy, and dealing with her every bad mood. He's going to leave her without thinking twice. He'll prefer an AI robot that never gives him any problems. And if you don't believe me, look at the fear on the face of the next woman.
So I made a video talking about the AI robot girlfriend companions. They are just AI robot female sex slaves. That's literally what they are. That's what they're designed for. You can hear it. You can see it. It's not a question. It's not a mystery. The thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of comments in the videos of those robots it is so evident. Anyone that would ever even desire to spend $100,000 on these has one intention in mind, and it's not to have someone to talk to. And, I said how, and I always say how when I talk about porn addiction, sex addiction, the dehumanization and objectification of women, regardless of whether you're male or female, if you are living with this addiction, you are living in lust. It is something that is always progressing. It is always escalating because lust is insatiable no matter which way you look at it. Whether you want to say porn is an addiction or not, it is insatiable, and you're always going to be searching for the next thing that is going to get you that next level of high that you got from the dopamine, like not literally high, but the dopamine high, because it is such an abusively high level of dopamine that you are not able to get from anywhere else in your life. So when you are receiving it from these very violent, aggressive, dehumanizing, degrading images and videos online, that's not real life. And even if it were, it wouldn't be healthy. Does that make sense? Sex, in my opinion, is something that can be very healthy, very beautiful, and a very important part of a romantic relationship. However, whenever we put it in the context of this person is an object to me, they are an object of my lust, and I am simply using them and seeking them and pursuing them to achieve sexual gratification, it removes, in my opinion, any possible benefit of sex in that relationship, which is another reason why I say to women and men in relationships, having a healthy sex life doesn't mean having sex more often. It means increasing your intimacy, increasing your romance, increasing your love and communication, and fixing all of these areas of the relationship. And then a healthy sex life will become a result of those things improving in the relationship or being fixed. However, when we look at these robot girlfriend, companions, sex slaves, whatever you want to call them, when we look at that, of course I see the comments of, and I already said it's not going to be enough because it's not going to end there. It's not going to end with, okay, I have a robot now, I'm happy forever. This fulfills my lust, because lust is insatiable. Even a robot isn't going to feel that. Even a dog isn't going to feel that. Even, millions of videos online aren't going to feel that. How do we know? Because we see it. Because we see men having this access to millions of videos online and millions of different objects and things, whatever, to use in their personal life. And it still doesn't end, and it doesn't fix these problems. And if it did end, and if it did fix those problems or fix that addiction, it would have already been fixed. It would have already been recovered. But that's not how it works. Okay. So let me get to where I'm going with this really quick. So I saw in the comments of my last video a few men saying, well, isn't this what you guys wanted? You want us to leave you alone? Isn't this what you wanted? You should be happy. If I saw, let's say the population is 50-50. It's not. It's like nowhere in the world is it 50-50 exactly. We'll say that we have women, we have men, half and half. If those men, so half of the population, those men, have an issue with I'm not saying this is how it is, I'm just speaking like hypothetically. Let's say half that population has a very strong, insidious desire to harm women, to rape women, or to inflict some form of violence or sexual violence onto women.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Now I'll ask you this. What does it matter to you? If you're the first ones to scream that men should leave you alone, that you'd rather choose the bear, that you don't need any man, then why does it bother you when those men stay home with their AI robot, serving them, treating them like kings, and doing whatever they want with what belongs to them? And I'll tell you something. You're laughing now, but when men wake up and see the advantages of AI robots, you're going to cry. Because imagine the scenario. Men will go on fewer dates, spend less money on handbags and fewer trips. Even the adult content economy is going to collapse, just like the model from the Blue app, and dating apps will start dying one by one. And most importantly, there won't be men paying your rent or buying you a car anymore. You know what the best part is? An AI robot doesn't take half your assets in a divorce, doesn't complain about you, and doesn't drain you. It only supports you in becoming the best version of yourself. And that, exactly that, is what a man wants.
Women.
Giving those men a replica of a woman to inflict that pain onto is not going to fix the root issue. Does that make sense? Fixing the root issue is us as a community, as a society, culture, looking at the men or whoever is in that position and saying, okay, why do you desire to inflict these various things on these women? Which again, people are going to say, well, it's just sex. It's not just sex. When you look at the porn that these men are consuming, the type of men that are interested in these robots, the type of men that are in the comment sections of those videos being incredibly degrading and dehumanizing and horrible towards women, towards anyone, you realize that you look at the porn and you look at, okay, what are these men looking at online? What are the trends in pornography online? It is not just a naked woman to give you sexual gratification or a sex scene to give you sexual gratification. It is 90% of these videos depicting violence and aggression inflicted on women, pain inflicted on women, women crying, women being in very unhealthy and unnatural power dynamics, women being taken advantage of. 90% of pornography depicting non-consensual sex, 100% of it depicting unsafe sex, a lot of it depicting incestuous R-word, and the list goes on and on and on. My point being, we shouldn't look at this problem in our society of these men and say, which by the way, I love men, I love women. I don't think men are hopeless. I don't think, I have faith and I have hope and I believe and I know because I do see good men. I see good men, around me. I see good men in my community and I know, men have the potential to be loving, empathetic, caring, and compassionate people. But we have given them and enabled them by saying you are justified in your desires to harm women. And because it's biological and you can't help it, we're just going to give you everything as a substitute and hope it will fix the problem, but it doesn't, it makes it worse. Because then that conditions them further to dehumanize and objectify women in their everyday life, okay? So again, we should look at this and say, okay, men, why is this happening, right? Why are all of these videos that are spread all across the internet, what everyone is searching for, what everyone is using for sexual gratification, why is it depicting these heinous crimes against women? There's a saying in this anti-porn community that says, porn takes every type of crime against women and it turns it into a fetish and a fantasy. That is not normal. That is not okay. That is not acceptable. We should be concerned and we should be talking about it. So again, my point being, instead of saying, let's fix the issue by giving them a female substitute in terms of a robot, that's not going to fix the issue. It would just exacerbate it even more. We should be saying, let's try to get to the root causes, address them where they are at, and try to work from the inside out to heal this issue that we are seeing in our society, relationships, marriages, and families and individuals. That is what we should be doing. We shouldn't be saying, how can we make a robot that these men can take out these very strange, scary, predatory, sexual fetishes and fantasies on. Does that make sense? And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. We are at this point in a society where we laugh at men wanting to get help. We look at men and say, what do you mean? This is the most normal thing in the world. Looking at porn, using pornography, seeking sexual gratification outside of your relationship, living in lust is normal and healthy. But then we turn around and we see these men, hundreds of thousands of them online, being so sexually excited at the thought of being able to have sex with a robot. How do we not correlate between the two and understand there is an issue here? We aren't fixing it. We are making it much, much worse.
AI robots are going to heal society, and the exact same thing is going to happen as with the Passport Brothers movement. At first, it was older guys, veterans, men who didn't have much luck with women here at home. But then the professional would look at that neighbor, that friend, that older guy with a younger woman who treated him like a king, going overseas to start a family with a wife and kids. And what happened? They started going too. That's when the complaints started, because women in their 20s and 30s were watching intelligent men with careers and successful businesses go overseas looking for a traditional woman. The man woke up and realized that the Western woman wasn't worth it, that she was only after his wallet. With robots, it's going to be the same story. Once that man experiences that feminine energy, with an AI that has memory and knows everything about you, someone you can talk to about the things you care about, someone waiting for you when you get home with everything spotless, dinner ready, asking about your day, and giving you 100% of her attention, there's no going back. And while I'm not 100% on board with it, I'm not blind to the advantages, both in terms of service and financially. Because aside from maintenance costs, this isn't going to cost you anywhere near. We've reached the end of the video. Before we go, here are the questions for you. What do you think about having an AI robot at home? Would you buy one or not? Do you think AI robots will become as common as smartphones? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.